Today we are discussing about continuous probability distribution, and we discussed probability density function and cumulative distribution function, then moment generating function, and its relation with generating function we discussed in the case of discrete probability distribution. So now let us define the central moments. So what are the central moments? So mu, suppose mu is the mean of the random variable x, then you subtract mu from the variable x, then this is, you take rth square of rth power of that, then take the average. Okay. So this is basically the deviation from the mean. Okay. Then power r. So this is the rth central moment of the random variable x. So suppose you put r is equal to 1, what will you get? If you put r is equal to 1, what are you going to get? Zero, right? So all of you understood that, right? When r is equal to 1, it is 0. And r is equal to 2, the second central moment.
So the variance.
Is the variance. That is, if the sigma is the standard deviation, so x minus mu whole square, which is basically sigma square, is the variance. So this is same as if you expand it, you get x square minus 2x mu minus mu square plus mu square, right? So what you get here? This average x square. What is the average of 2x mu? What is average of 2x mu? Yeah? Yeah, so 2, because 2 is constant, mu is constant, so you can take those things outside. So it is x, the average of x is mu, so 2 mu square. So this will give you minus 2 mu square. Then what is average of mu square?
Mu square.
It is equal to mu square. Because it is a constant, then the other average will be the total probability. So you will get 1. So this is equal to mu square average of 1. So average of 1 is, by definition, I am just doing it, some people may have a confusion in this. So whatever limit of power minus infinity to infinity dx 1 into p of x. So this is basically equal to 1. So you get plus mu square. So you get this is equal to average x square minus mu square. Mu square is nothing but average x square. Average x is, or the mean of x is mu. So this is the second central moment. So similarly you can calculate third, fourth and so on, because these are all having different meanings in the statistical thing. So we will have some examples, then we will deal with those things. So now let us look at cumulant generating function. So that is basically defined as okay. So cumulant generating function. Okay, there is only one m. So you know this m of u. So what is m of u? What is m of u? Moment generating function. So how will you calculate this? Average of e power u x. Okay. So suppose you write this as e power ku. Okay, e power ku. So obviously, so this is average. Okay, so ku average. 1 second, that is not an average. So what is this? This is a function of, this quantity is a function of u. Okay, I can write this as a, suppose I write this as a e power k, which is a function of u. Okay, then what will be k of u in terms of m of u? It is logarithm of m of u, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you define this k of u. So this k of u is the cumulant generating function. Okay. So k of is the moment generating function. Suppose you define k of u as, by definition, summation k of r. So this is you can call it as okay, kappa. Okay, kappa of kr u power r by r factorial. Okay. Suppose you write k of u, which is the moment generating cumulant generating function, as this. Okay. You can write down, because what will be k of r? K of r will be some constant. Okay. So this is a k, this is kappa. Okay. So this is actually called cumulant. This is the rth cumulant. Okay. So this kappa r is basically the rth cumulant. So you have rth, so there are different things. There are three quantities you learn now. One is the rth moment What is the rth moment? Yes? What is the rth moment? Yeah?
Average of x minus.
No.
Okay, x to power.
Rth moment is this one. Okay? These are the different moments of that variable. X, just average of x, x square, x cube, and so on. So what is the rth central moment? Yes?
So average of
Rth central moment is
average of x minus average.
average of x minus mu power r. Okay. Now what is the rth cumulant? So how will you calculate what is rth cumulant from this definition? How, in terms of k of u?
So r derivative of ku when u is 0.
So the kappa r is equal to derivative of k of u with respect to du. R is equal to 0 or u equal to 0. U equal to, so this is rth, right? Rth derivative. When? Fine?
So how to derive last equation? R solution.
Okay, this is r is equal to 1 to infinity. Okay, so you take derivative with respect to first, suppose you take the first derivative. What is the first derivative? Because if you expand it as a series, the first one will be k1 u power 1 by 1 factorial. Second one will be k2 u square by 2 factorial, and so on. So if you take the first derivative, the first term will be k1, right? Plus second will have a u term, and third will have a u square term when you take the first derivative. So if you set u equal to 0, what you get? K1, right? The first derivative at u equal to 0 will be just K1. Now if you take the second derivative, the first K1 term will go, because K1 is just a constant, it's not a function of u. So K1 will cancel out, become 0, that term will goes to 0, then second term will contribute, because second derivative, that is 2 factorial and this 2 factorial will cancel out. Then you get the second derivative, when you set u equal to 0, you get K2, and so on. So this is the rth cumulant. So see, now we are just defining certain things. Some of the things you know already. What is the importance of the central, for example, r is equal to 2. What is the importance of the standard deviation? You know. So the moment, the mean, basically what is the importance of the mean or the average. So what is important of cumulant? Because these things define because if you have some idea regarding this cumulant, central moment and all, we will get some good idea regarding the kind of the property of the probability distribution you are having. Okay. Okay. So can you find out K1, because already you know that m of u is equal to e power k of u, and kr is equal to the derivative of k of u, the rth derivative of k of u if you set u equal to 0. So let us just find out K1, okay, the kappa one, okay. Let us just find out the cumulant, the first cumulant.
What is u here?
Yeah?
What is u here?
U. U is just a variable. U is just a variable. independent of the random variable x. Okay. So use just a variable independent of random variable x. I am having a class. Is anything urgent? Okay. So is that clear? So use just a variable which is independent of the random variable x. Okay. So let us just find out k1. What is k1 equal to?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, why is there no K0 term?
Yeah, because that's what this is just a definition. So you are defining something. So because for example, when you forget about the cumulant. Okay. So when you take the rth moment. Okay. When you take the rth moment, is there a r is equal to 0?
No, sir.
No. Right? So r is equal to 0, what will you get when you put r is equal to 0? It is just the total probability. It will be r is equal to 0 case. What do you get? 1. So it is not giving any information. Okay, that is just the total probability. So this we are defining the cumulant from k1, k2, k3, etc. only. Okay, so there is no k0. Okay, so definition. So we'll understand. We'll calculate k1. Then you will understand why there is no k0. Okay, so what is k1 equal to? So what is the derivative of k? Now you write k in terms, so you know what is k. So k is log m of u, right? K is log m of u. So what is this equal to? First let us calculate this. If you substitute k is equal to log m of u, so d by du of log and you have to set u equal to 0. So what do you get here? What is the derivative of log m of u with respect to u?
C1 by mu, then m dash u.
Yeah, what is m dash u? So what is the definition of m of u in terms of averages? What is m of u equal to the definition?
Average of e power ux.
Average of e power ux, that is equal to, as a summation, 1 plus summation
u to the power n average of x to the power n upon n factorial.
okay, u to the power n average of x power n divided by n factorial. N is equal to
1 to infinity.
1 to infinity. Now, what is the derivative of this equal to? Because that is what you have to calculate now. 1 over m of u into derivative of m of u. And you have to set equal. Yeah?
Like the first moment of x.
1 is gone, then
Summation n equal to 1 to infinite
hmm.
n u n minus 1 and then q to the power n minus 1 average of x to the power n by n factorial.
So n runs from
1 to infinite. Here it will be q to the equal 0. So yeah, n equal to 1 to infinite.
1 to infinite. Okay. So now you set u equal to 0. What you get? If you set u equal to 0, what you get?
Mean of x.
Mean of x, right? So this is what? So you have to substitute here this one, summation n is equal to 0 to infinity n u raised to n minus 1 divided by n factorial x power n, and you have to set u equal to 0. Yeah, n is equal to 1 to infinity, yes. So this is equal to, okay. So the first equivalent is the mean or the average itself, okay. So now I will give you an exercise to all of you to calculate the second cumulant.
Sir,
Yeah,
excuse me.
yeah.
Sir, when we put u equals to 0, then the whole term will be 0 as well.
Which term will be 0? This one.
Sir, one second. No, sir. When you put u equals to 0,
No, if you expand this, what you get? If you expand this, n is equal to 1, you get x plus, then n is equal to 2, you get 2 by 2 factorial, so u x square, okay. So first equivalent is average x. So what is the second equivalent? So that is basically by definition is the derivative, second derivative of the equivalent generating function and set u equal to 0. So now you substitute k of u is equal to log m of u and give me the answer. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay. You have to just take the one more derivative. So you take this quantity, this one, you take this one and take one more derivative. Okay. Before substituting u equal to 0. So you are saying that this is equal to variance, basically x square minus or so second equivalent is the variance, right? So all of you are getting this? Any problem with that? Okay, so similarly you can, because usually up to the K3 and K4 are much important. So K3 is, you get it as third. So this central moment, whatever you denoted earlier, rth central moment, okay. So this x minus mu you can call it as delta x, that is the deviation from the mean, okay. So this is r, so you can denote this as rth central moment as this. So this one will become the third central moment, okay. So I am giving it as an exercise, okay, because already you have done K1 and K2. So find out, show that K3 is basically the third central moment and K4 is not just the fourth central moment, this is equal to the fourth central moment minus 3 the second moment square. Okay, fine. So this fourth cumulant is the fourth central moment minus 3 times the square of the second central moment. Okay, so up to this is so important in the probability theory. So you find out, you show that K3 and K4 is equal to these two. Okay. So let us take the Poisson distribution. Okay. What will be K of u? Can you calculate K of u for the Poisson distribution? What is K of u equal to? Log M of u. What is M of u for Poisson distribution? What is the relation between M of u and the generating function? F of
E power u.
e power u. So what was the generating function of Poisson distribution? So what is the probability distribution for Poisson distribution for the mean, say mu? Mu power n e power minus mu divided by n factorial. So in that case, what will you get as f of z? That is summation Pn z power n. So what do you get?
E to the power z, e to the mu z minus 1.
Mu into z minus 1. This is what, right? Okay. So then, what will be M of u for Poisson distribution? What will be M of u?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have f of z is e power mu into z minus 1. Then you can write down. So is this the M of u?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then what will be K of u?
Mu into E power u into u minus.
Okay. So now it is easy. So you can easily find out. So first cumulant. What is first cumulant? It should be mean, but that is basically you take the derivative of this with respect to u and set u equal to 0. So if you take the derivative, obviously the second term will goes to 0, right? Second term is constant. So first derivative, so u, so what is the derivative of e power u? You get e power u itself, right? So any derivative you take, you get the same term, right?
This is mu only.
So nu e power u only. So when you set u equal to 0, you get mu only. So k1 will be mu and k2 will be equal to mu and so on. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what will be k4? Yeah. So now you see Poisson distribution, all cumulants are equal. Okay. So that is very nice thing. Okay. So now let us look at another distribution. So let me. So now I give you an exercise because we had done it for Poisson distribution, right? This k of u, basically found m of u and k of u, and k1, k2, k3 and all we found. Even we can find out m1, m2, m3, means the moments using m of u, all those things you can do. Now I ask you to, because I am not giving another problem sheets, okay, but I am giving you the question here itself in the class. So now you can, for the binomial distribution and geometric distribution, you find out m of u, k of u, and from k of u, k1, k2, k3, k4. Okay. So this you do as an exercise for binomial and geometric distribution. Yeah.
K1, K2, K3, it's not kappa 1, it's K of 1 and
Can you repeat?
sorry, okay, when you told we have to find out K1, K2, K3, not the kappa 1, kappa 2, kappa 3.
Sorry. Okay. So I was mixing that. Sorry. Okay. So I mean the cumulants k1, kappa 1, kappa 2, kappa 3 and kappa 4. So you find out the cumulant generating function as u, also m of u for both binomial and geometric distribution. Then find out kappa 1, kappa 2, kappa 3, kappa 4. They are the cumulants. Okay. So you know the Gaussian function, right? So what is the Gaussian? E power minus x square, right? So if you plot this, it is peaked around x is equal to 0. Okay. Suppose I want to peak this one around some other point, say mu. Okay. Suppose I want the same Gaussian, shifted Gaussian, peak, basically Gaussian only, but peaked around mu. Okay. Suppose this is mu. So how this functional form will change? So symmetric. Yes? E power minus x minus mu square.
Tau square, yes.
Yes. Suppose I put 2 sigma square here. Okay. E power minus x minus mu all square divided by 2 sigma square. But I want to normalize this. So what should be the normalization factor? Means integral of this from minus infinity to infinity should be equal to 1. So what should be the normalization factor here? Yes? So you know the integral of this quantity, no? What is this quantity? Root pi. Okay. You also know what is integral of this e power minus x square. What is that?
So root pi.
Root pi by a. Now, if you compare this with this, it is only a variable change, right? And instead of a, what are you having? 1 by 2 sigma square. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, when you integrate, if you substitute x minus mu to some new variable by, okay, what is going to change? You get dx is equal to dy, nothing else will change. So, you will get integral e power minus infinity to infinity e power minus y square divided by 2 sigma square dy. So, what will be the normalization constant now? You can tell me. Root 2 pi sigma square. Okay. Okay. So, this, okay, is basically the Gaussian distribution function, okay. Gaussian distribution probability density function, okay, PDF. So, you call it as P of x, okay, for a Gaussian distribution of the variable x, can take value from minus infinity to infinity, okay. So, I am giving you a new distribution which is basically Gaussian distribution with the probability density function is this. So, is that integral minus infinity to infinity p of x dx, the total probability will be equal to 1, right?
Sir,
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes. What will be the mean? What will be the mean?
mean of what? X.
Mean of x. So, what is average x? By definition, that is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity p of x dx, p of x x into dx. Okay. So, what is that equal to?
Mu.
Okay, suppose mu equal to 0. Suppose mu equal to 0. Suppose mu equal to 0. What will you get? Mean? Suppose mu equal to 0. What will you get mean?
So integral minus infinity to infinity.
Yeah. What is that answer? What is the answer?
0.
It is 0. Because x into e power minus x square, it is a odd function. It's a symmetry. It's a e power minus x square is a even function. X is an odd function. Minus infinity to infinity, you get 0. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, but if x mu is not equal to 0, this is shifted. It is not symmetric about x is equal to 0. So it can't be 0. So you have to do a variable change. Okay. So now I am giving another exercise. Show that mean of x for this probability density function is mu. Show that. Okay. Show that p of x, if p of x is the Gaussian distribution, find the mean of x, which is basically equal to mu. You just do the variable change and do the integration. I think most of you must have already done it in your mind. So the Gaussian probability distribution, the average is basically this average mu, which is basically peaked at there. Okay. So that is why for the large class, basically if you plot the histogram, it will be looks like this. So many people have S grade. No, very few people will have an S grade. Very few people will fail. But most of the people are around the average. Okay. Anyway, we'll start from this in the next class. So This is another exercise. Find out the average x, which is show that that is equal to mu for this probability distribution function. Also do find out f of x. So what is f of x? It's a cumulant distribution function. So find out the cumulant distribution function for the Gaussian distribution. What you should do? You should integrate this from minus infinity to x. Right?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, in the expression of average of x, the limit is still minus infinite to plus infinite. Then the function inside it is odd, but how it gives the result mu?
No, the function is not odd. Function is not odd. If mu is not equal to 0, function is not odd.
Function is not odd, but sir, there is a x, na? Px x into dx. So
Px into x. Yes.
I mean the integral inside the integration, it's going to odd.
No. It is not an odd function. See, p of x is not an odd function, even function.
Yes, sir, that is even.
But if this is not clear, see, even into odd is odd, okay, but it is not even. It is not an even.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. When mu is not 0, then it's not even or odd, we can't decide.
We can't decide. It's not even or odd function with respect to the x is equal to 0 axis. Okay.
Yes, sir.
X is equal to mu, it is basically a even function, this one.
Even function.
But in that case, x is not a odd function then. Okay, about x is equal to mu. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you cannot apply that here. So you have to just do a variable change, you will get answer mu. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So also find out the cumulative distribution function. Basically integrate from this function from minus infinity to x. You see what you are getting. Okay. So any other question? We will stop the class now. If any other question?
Sir,
Yeah.
I'm Sana Rahman. Sir, I have joined 3 minutes late. Can you please mark my attendance?
This is who is this?
Sana Rahman, yes.
Okay, fine, I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. So if there is no other no question, I will stop the class. Okay.